Berger, and I started sailing on these ships as radio officer when I was 17 years old, under wartime conditions in the Atlantic and the Pacific and the Mediterranean Middle East. And all contacts, all radio communications at that time from shore to ship came through this radio equipment. This was the ship's radio room. When the ship was in port or in real close, voice communications were used. But anytime you were a couple hundred miles offshore, why you actually, everything had to come through here. During wartime, there were 3 radio officers on board a ship like this. You'd usually have a crew of about 50, which included the Navy Armed Guard crew. They handled all the guns. And the merchant crews were used to pass the information, pass the ammunition to the Navy people who did the actual operating of the guns. But with this equipment here, you've got the backup transmitters. The radio officer was trained in, of course, operating the stuff and in basic electricity. Most repairs were made by guess and by God and how much experience you actually had with it. So we managed to keep it all going. On this ship, which has been being restored, all of this radio equipment was put on during the Vietnam War, and we've managed to get it all operable, and we use it at least once a week by contacting a big radio station, coastal station out in San Francisco area, call sign KSM. That's all run by volunteers also, and we have a lot of fun with it. But it keeps the museum and our equipment in operation. So that's about it.
Would you do it all over again?
In a heartbeat. I would love it. I loved it then. It was all a big adventure, even the wartime part. Sailing in convoy and everything that went with it. Boy, we thought it was a big adventure. The other guy was going to get killed, not us.
How old were you when you joined?
I was 16 and a half. And then with 5 months, 6 months of radio training at Hoffman Island, New York, I was 17 when I actually went on board my first ship.
Well, thank you for your service.
Glad to talk about it again. I remember all the good parts. I've forgotten most of the bad.